In this next example, I'm going to try to make some more traditional jigsaw puzzle pieces out of the image. And to do that, I'm just going to use an actual black and white image of just some pieces and just cut those out from this image right here. To do that, I'm going to select this image and select it all. So I'm just going to go to Select, All, and you can see the marquee all the way around it. I'm just going to edit, copy now, go to that image, that next image that I want the puzzle to be taken out of, and Command V to paste that new layer into this file. So you'll see that adds another layer of the one we just copied into this with the image in on the bottom now. So if it's not the right size, that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to cut up the pieces and actually make the pieces the entire image. And I can also scale this up if it comes in too small, or scale it down if it comes in too big. I can do that with the transform tool again. Just Command T, Control T, and I can scale this up or down. If I want to do it holding down Shift key, will make it a scale kind of squash or stretch, depending on what I want to do it, how I want to do it. And if I really want to make this kind of line up, I can. But I'm not too worried about that. I'll cut off these pieces when I need to, a little bit later on, after I make them. So I'm going to use that same method. Again, I'm just going to hit Enter to confirm that transformation of that layer. And I'm going to go select that layer, use my magic wand tool, and if I just click in here, you'll see that it selects just one piece, which is great. And if it gets a little bit too much, I'm just going to select that here. See, if I have the tolerance up too high, it's going to be a little less sensitive to these changes in color. And I don't want that because I really want it to kind of stop once it gets to each of those. So I'm just going to go bring that down again. So something you always have to kind of play with is the tolerance and whether you need this contiguous on. So just be mindful of that whenever you use the magic wand tool. If it's not working properly, check the tolerance and see if the contiguous is checked. So I'm just going to click on one of these pieces here and just go back and forth again. So I'm just going to click on the background layer, click on Command C or Control C, and Command V to paste that in. And you see now I've got just that piece cut out. And I'm just going to repeat that process a few times. So I'm going to select that top layer with the cutouts or the pieces on it. I'm going to select one of the areas, go back to the background layer which has the image that I want to cut it out from, Command C, Command V. And now I've got two pieces cut out. I'm just going to repeat that a couple more times. Select that top layer, go back to the background, copy paste, and a couple more times again. Just going to click that, click on the background, select my image layer for the cutouts. You can see it just isolates it there. And if I go back here, Command C, Command V. Now if I by accident, if I have this background layer selected and I'm using my magic wand tool, you'll see that it'll do something weird. It'll just select an area, and if I just take a look at the image, you see that's what it's grabbing. It's grabbing the color ranges that it's seeing in that particular image. So if I just want to select the sky, I want to select the clouds, it'll do that. But for this case, I just want that cut out. So I'm just going to go back in here, make sure I've got the layer selected. Select that area, go back here, Command C, Command V again. And now I've got all pieces there, and I'm just going to hide my background layer, I'm going to hide my puzzle, and now I've got the pieces cut out. And add effects, same as we did before, stroke. And I'll change that to a little bit normal color. And just going to increase that size just a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and OK. And I'm going to do that for all of them. So I'm just going to copy that stroke, just Alt, drag, and Alt, drag onto those layers. So now I've got the stroke on all 6 of my pieces here. I can then just go ahead and add the drop shadow. And I'm just going to do that to 1 or 2 of the pieces. I'm not going to do it to all of them. Just going to go ahead and OK. And I'll do that again for this one. And I'll do that effects, drop shadow. And I'll just go ahead and hit OK again. So I'll just take those options that I had before onto that next one. And I'm just going to move those pieces a little bit off. The next thing I'm going to do is add a background layer, it's like a background color. So I'm just going to click on this little plus sign, drag it down to the bottom, and go to Edit, Fill, and Color. And if I want to change that color again, let me just do that. Edit, Fill, and just want to select that color. It'll bring me there, so I can just go ahead and hit OK. Just go. Good. And I can go in and select those pieces, go to Edit, Free Transform, and just rotate those a little bit. And the ones with the drop shadow, I'm just moving them off a little bit and hitting Enter to confirm that, just so I can see those pieces there. So in this case, I didn't have to add increase the canvas size too much. I already, with the pieces that I cut out, I didn't have to, they were smaller than the original canvas. So now I just have those pieces here. So I can move them a little bit, but I don't need to move them that much. So you can just see now, I don't have to worry about that puzzle being the exact shape or the exact size of the original. I'm just kind of using them to cut out the pieces, and then that'll be the entire image. It's just those 6 pieces, and then I can kind of extend the background from there if I need to. I'm just going to go ahead and hit save, and that'll be it. And this will save a Photoshop file since I've created some layers on it. That should do it.